Hello. Yeah. So you studied theater in the Soviet Union. So I just was wondering.
And under B.V. Kanand and under Badal.
Yeah, but I'm interested in the part of the Soviet Union where did you notice, because the arts under the communist regime, did you notice any restrictions or any censorship or things you just couldn't do or you thought of but were told, well, you
Very
can't do
nice
that?
question. You know,
Yeah.
it's such a peculiar thing. I mean, I was told. I mean, I was of course from a family which supported Soviet Union and very, very pro-communist. And yes, definitely. And so when I said things against Soviet Union sometimes, which I did because I was there for 6 years, so I saw it all. I saw the best, I saw some of the worst. But I mean, I'm very grateful I went there. I really am very grateful. And so, but there are a lot of other people who say, "Arey, you'll be followed, and there's KGB behind you," and there's nothing like that. There were spies among the student communities. They kept a track on you because it was also a communist country, and for God's sake, there are millions of people who are going to say things against. It's always against, na? China, Soviet Union, matlab, we are all banned. You don't talk, you have to say something against them. I mean, no one talks about the fact that they're working for something very great, and they achieved it to a very great extent, you know. But I will say that theater was brilliant, film was brilliant at this time. I'm telling you, there's Tarkovsky, Parajanov, Salakhov, all these people, and I have never seen such great theater, you know. Now, what I believe people said that there were internal cuts and there was censorship and this was not allowed, and I don't know, but I mean, maybe I do remember at some point, this is interesting because I had passed a road and I saw this old woman in black. This is real. So she had a can and she was watering imaginary plants on the road. I said, "Kya baat hai? Ye to kamal hai." So of course I picked that whole thing up and put it in some etude or improvisation. And I was like whammed by my teacher. "How dare you show pathology? She's not well." So that was interesting. You know, I said, "Why? I mean, you know, she's not well." I said, "Yeah, she's not well, so why can't I show it? Why can't we show pathology?" So there was a thing of good, you know. You don't show perversion perhaps, you don't, you know, I'm saying there was a bit of that. But saying that, it was brilliant. I have never seen, you know, rubbish there. I mean, you can, there was academic stuff which many of us will not accept. You know, that is different. But I believe today, with all the freedom of the world, they're doing rubbish.
Okay, there?
My friends tell me, I've never been back. I've never had the opportunity to go back, but I'm saying my friends tell me that it's, with the very, very good theater, there is a lot of rubbish going on. There's a lot of Americanization, there's a lot of this kind of commercial stuff which is selling, you know, which we have enough of, and we're all struggling against and all trying to find and fight against.
Could you, use the mic. Could you, for example, make, and I'm talking back then, a satire on, you couldn't, right? Could
communism?
On communism, on the state. Could you do that through your plays? Would somebody be sort of monitoring and say, no, no, this looks subversive?
They would be monitoring. They would be monitoring. There's no doubt about it. I can't hide that. They would be monitoring. But you would be allowed, there was a lot of criticism going on, let me tell you. When I left, the Lithuanians said, "So see you in independent Lithuania." So it was that much already. It's 88. I said, "Hey, get this, kya bol raha hai," you know. And 93 I had the opportunity. Very soon I did have the opportunity then of going. And I was carrying 5 visas in my hand. It had been split up by then completely, you know. After that I haven't been. It was like 25, 24 years or so. But I'm saying that there was monitoring, but I would say that, I don't know. This is a question in my mind that, you know, yes, there was monitoring, but just look at the work they were doing. It's brilliant work, you know. And Tarkovsky went, you know, he went out there. I mean, I'm switching to film, but I always take him because there was so much thing that, you know, this was cut and that was cut, but he never did anything great when he left that country, you know. So I'm saying there was a huge relationship between the land and the artists. And there definitely were people monitoring. There's no question about it. There was TV was monitored, things were monitored. But with that, I mean, so are we monitored. Excuse me, what about our television? Are we free? We're not. We're bought up. Each channel is bought up by particular, agencies. So, to that extent, this argument is very difficult to answer. You monitored, but you were producing fantastic theatre, fantastic movement, dance, So I don't know. I mean, I still don't suggest that you should be monitoring people and you should be chasing them, and we needed a visa to get out of Moscow. There was all that, and of course we went off because we used to just dress up in different clothes and go off. But so who cares? I mean, so that's what it was. It was good fun, I said, Azerbaijani lag rahe hain, half because of the face, so which skirt word pehen ke chale gaye, and we saw a lot, So anyway.